Hi, welcome to Virtual CB1A. This is Miss Rena and this is Week 2, Lecture 1 of Mathematics in the Modern World. Today, we will discuss the language of mathematics. At the end of this week, you are expected to be able to discuss the language, symbols, and conventions used in mathematics, and evaluate mathematical expressions. So let's start. Like any language, mathematics has its own symbols and rules. I want you to ponder on this quote. One should not aim at being possible to understand, but at being impossible to misunderstand. Hopefully, at the end of this week, you will be able to find its relation to the language of mathematics. Now this is the question. Why is it important to study mathematics language? Not understanding a language can create a lot of stress. Oftentimes, the root of a conflict is miscommunication or misunderstanding. Naiinis tayo sa isang tao kasi hindi natin sila naiintindihan. Or nagkakamali tayo ng judgment kasi nami-misinterpret natin yung mga bagay-bagay. This is similar in mathematics. Math is actually not difficult. Some of us just don't understand its language. Well, think of this scenario. If I ask you this question, ¿Cuál es la suma de 1 y 2? Can you give me an answer? Kung hindi mo naiintindihan, okay lang. I-translate natin sa English. What is the sum of 1 and 2? Okay, can you answer me now? Kung hindi mo pa rin ako naiintindihan, ay sige hala, itagalog natin siya. Ano ang kabuuan ng 1 at 2? Hopefully, naiintindihan na ako ngayon. Okay, in symbols, it is represented by this. 1 plus 2 is equal to. Okay, now can you give me the answer? Alright, if your answer is 3, then you are correct. Congratulations. Ganyan lang ang math. If you find yourself in a situation where you cannot solve a given problem, it is not always because you are not intelligent enough or anything, but maybe because you don't understand the language of mathematics. Yun yung problema. Now let's talk about the characteristics of mathematics language. First, it is precise. It is able to make very fine distinctions. Next, it is concise. It is able to say things briefly. And next, it is powerful. It is able to express complex thoughts with relative ease. The language of mathematics can be learned, but just like any other languages, it requires effort. Aside from the 3 characteristics that we mentioned earlier, we have 2 more characteristics. Mathematics language is not temporal. There is no past, no present, or future. Everything is just ease. And it is devoid of emotional content. Walang emosyon ang mathematics. That's the beauty of mathematics, I think. Hindi siya dependent on other external factors. For every question, there's just a single answer na tama. Laging isa lang. Maraming method or solution to come up with the correct answer. Pwede mong gamitin, pero in the end, isa lang yung i-consider natin na tama. Isa lang yung tamang sagot, unlike other sciences. Now let's make a comparison. Every language has its vocabulary, the words, and its rules for combining these words into complete thoughts, the sentences. May mga grammar rules tayo that we have to follow to make our thoughts comprehensible. Ganun din sa math. Mathematics is no exception. we have rules din. Let's look at the similarities of English and math, starting with nouns and sentences. In English, nouns are used to name things we want to talk about, like people, places, and things, whereas sentences are used to state complete thoughts. A typical English sentence has at least one noun and at least one verb. Lagay natin siya as a diagram. I have here a diagram. Again, from the English language, we have nouns and sentences. Pag sinabi nating nouns, these are name given to object of interest. It could be person, place, or thing. Under person, we have here the example, Carol. For the place, it is Idaho, and for the thing, it is a cat. For sentences, sabi nga natin earlier, it must state a complete thought. And may validity yung mga statements natin when they are in the form of sentences. They can be true, false, or pwede rin namang depende sa sitwasyon. They can either be true or false. Sometimes true or sometimes false. So we have here examples. For true sentences, for a true sentence, we have here the example, the word cat begin with the letter C. This is always true. And then for a false statement or a false sentence, we have here the word cat begins with the letter K. Mali, wrong spelling. Next, sometimes true or sometimes false. Ito yung depende sa sitwasyon. The statement is the cat is black. So, depende dun sa pusa na pinag-uusapan. It can be true, but it can also be false. Now, punta tayo dun sa math. Sa math, we have expressions and sentences. A counterpart sila nung noun and English sentence. So, for expression, these are names given to mathematical object of interest. Yung mga mathematical object of interest natin, these are some of the examples. We have numbers, sets, functions, matrices, and ordered pair. Now, for sentences, parehas pa rin yung tawag, English sentence, dito naman sa kabila, mathematics sentence. So, it must state a complete thought. Again, pwede siyang maging true, false, or sometimes true or sometimes false. An example of a true statement is, or a true sentence is, 1 plus 2 is equal to 3. Kahit anong gawin mo, kahit gaano kakatagal mag-intay, kahit anong solution yung pagganahin mo dyan, 1 plus 2 is always equal to 3. Hindi mo yun mababali. And for false, we have 1 plus 2 is equal to 4. No matter how hard you try, 1 plus 2 will never be equal to 4. So this is a false statement. And then we have here, x is equal to 1. Depende dun sa value ng variable natin. Depende dun sa x natin. Kung sa x ay equal talaga sa 1, edi true siya. Kung si x ay hindi equal sa 1, edi false. Okay? Next, we are going to study nouns of mathematics. Ayan. Nagkabaligtad yung slides ko. Na-discuss na natin to kanina. Again, nouns of mathematics are used to name mathematical objects or interest. Sentences of mathematics state complete mathematical thoughts. Let's have here some examples. Buo na yung sentence. Carol loves mathematics. Meron tayong noun. The noun is Carol. What is the verb? The verb is loves. Expressions versus sentences in mathematics. The mathematical analog, sabi ko nga may counterpart sila. The mathematical analog of noun will be called an expression. So sa English sentence, it is called noun. Sa mathematics sentence, it is called expression. An expression is a name given to a mathematical object of interest. And the mathematical analog of a sentence will also be called a sentence. Parehas lang yung tawag. And a mathematical sentence, just as an English sentence, must state a complete thought. I have here a summary in the form of a table. Ayan. So let's summarize what we have learned about English and mathematical sentences using this table. And after this, I will give you an exercise. For a name given to an object of interest, in English, we call them nouns. This could be a person, a place, or a thing. For example, we have Rena, Paite, or calculator. For mathematics naman, we call them expressions. Examples, 13, 3 plus 7, and 3 over 4. And in English, a complete thought is called a sentence. Ganon din ang tawag sa mathematics. Sentence pa rin siya. Some examples are a lion is an animal and turtles can fly. For mathematics sentence naman, we have two examples here. 2 plus 3 is equal to 6, which is false, and 2 plus 3 is equal to 5. So as I've said earlier, we are going to have an exercise. So while I am preparing the slide, please get a piece of paper and a pen or a pencil, and then write down your answers. Tapos, if you have the time, if you can, write your answers on the comment section. Kasi I will appreciate reading your answers. Titingnan natin kung tama kayo o mali. So, I will be back in a bit. Pakiready na yung papel at ballpen. Okay. So, sana ready na. Start na tayo. For this exercise, determine if the given phrase is an English sentence, a noun, a mathematical sentence, or an expression. Please write down your answers on the comment. Tingnan natin kung tatama. Number 1, we have lion. Number 2, the lion is brave. Number 3, 2x plus 1. Number 4, 3 plus 3 is equal to 0. And number 5, monkey. Alright, you can start now. Pakisulat po yung sagot sa comment section. And I will see you again next time. Please wait for part 2 of this discussion. I will send you the link on the Google Classroom. So thank you very much and bye! Alright, before I go pala, for this lesson, I used the material by Dr. Carol Burns. It was published in 2013. You can find it in this site, https www.onemathematicalcat.org. You can find there the reference that I used for this lesson. Again, thank you very much for listening and see you next time. Bye!